Hey guys, welcome back to RC Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. So, this is a project I've been desperate to finish. So this is my Schumacher SST Axis 2 110th touring car. And if you didn't see the first video, this is all about recreating my own car that I raced, touring car, back in 1999, 2000. So with the exact shell, the exact paint job I used, I just can't wait to finish this video. But before we get into this, I just want to give a massive thank you to L&L Models in the UK for sponsoring today's video. They kindly sent me my Mondeo 110th body set. Super generous of them to do that, massively appreciated. I guess that a lot of you in the UK will know L&L Models already. Yeah, I mean, the work they do on body shells is just ridiculous. I'm not aware of another company that knocks out such a variety of different body sets than L&L. It's mind-blowing, to be honest. So keep up the good work. So yeah, obviously you can check out their amazing website. They're also on Facebook. They're also on Instagram. And yeah, just really nice people, which is awesome. So if you are watching, just a massive thank you for sponsoring today's video. Right, so back to the project. So 190mm 1/10 scale Ford Mondeo body. First port of call, I've got somewhere I can see them, I've got the touring car wheels and tyres this car came with, so we'll swap them over because we'll need that to mount this body. And then I've got a brand new set of tyres to go on these wheels, because these are the wheels I had on my original car. But yeah, first of all, I mean, there's a fair bit of work in this project. But first thing is to get the body cut out. That means 4-wheel arches, which I hate doing. And then, obviously, these are sort of generic bodies, so they don't come with body post holes or even markings, because obviously all the touring car chassis are different, so you have to line it up and mount it yourself, which is never fun, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Anyway, let's get into this project. Right, that's the shell roughly cut out. Wheel arches are not too bad, actually. I did make one error, cut the wrong bit on the other side, which I'll show you later. But I think we'll get away with it. I've still got the wing to do, but I've taken the 4 body posts off now, just at the moment. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to swap the wheels over for some ones with tyres, and then what I'll do when I come back, I'll have mounted the shell in the correct position, hopefully. Right, I'm back. Lots of messing about going on here. Anyway, I took a little break from it, and I had to really. So I was using these. This is all about getting the stance on the car correct. So these are proper racing, pre-glued touring cars. Now, obviously, I just bought these wheels. These are just normal Tamiya wheels, but they were the closest thing I could find to what I actually had, and they are pretty much there. So I bought some slick tyres off eBay, and they've got foams in. Now, obviously, I'm not gluing them. Now, these are ever so slightly larger. Only just, as you can see, probably there in that middle joint. Probably looking at about 1.5 mil. But obviously, that makes a big difference when I'm mounting the shell. So I thought I'd stop and get these tyres on. And at the same time, because I don't want to touch these too much, I've added the Michelin tyre decals, which I think look absolutely class. Now, I know you wouldn't do this if you were racing it, but this, this is a show car. But yeah, I think they look darn cool, if I'm honest. Right, I'll mount them on the car, and then I'll come back. Right, that's looking pretty darn good, I think. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Right, so what I've had to do, there seems to be a little bit of a wheelbase issue, which I'm not too sure about. So I'm not prepared to put holes in the body set just yet until I've checked some things out. But for the purpose of finishing the car and the shell and getting it painted, I'm going to carry on. So I've set the body posts up front and back, back and front, so the body just sits on it, if that makes sense. So I'm not going to put any holes in it at the moment. So yeah, as I say, I've set these at the correct heights. Well, I'm saying that I've not fitted the body on or sat the body on with these wheels and tyres on yet. Let's do that now, see what it looks like. Right, so that's pretty much where we're up to. Again, a lot of messing about to get it to this stage, but I know from experience you have to have this shell finished before you can really get it looking right. So from what I can see, decent height here, pretty uniform down there. Yeah, it is what it is. As I say, it's moving up and down on the body posts, but yeah, I can kind of sit it in a rough position, something like that, I guess. But anyway, yeah, that allows me to carry on now. So next stage, I have to cut. You get two wings with this, like a standard touring car race wing, and then you get this actually fancy shaped Mondeo wing that the actual car use. So obviously we're going with that, 2 nuts and bolts to mount it. So I'll get that cut out, and then at the same time I'll get it all sanded, and then I'll come back. Right, made a little bit of a pig's ear of the wing. Jeez. So anyway, yeah, it should have been trimmed to this here, but on this side I've gone too deep, so I'm gonna have to do it at that all the way along. Idiot. Anyway, it is what it is. It's done, isn't it? Yeah, so it's just mounted on, just so you can get. I'll show you. Come down a little bit lower, so I'll get a better idea of how that wing looks. It'll look cool when it's painted. This is the correct wing for the actual car. It's funny, starting to get sort of memories coming back to me now when I was doing it. I think I did 2 of these shells in the same livery before. Yeah, that's looking cool. So, as I put the tripod back up, there we go. So yeah, next stage now is window masks, which you get with a body set, and then I've got to figure out, because it's green back end, green wing, and then yellow front end. So I've got to just figure out where my line is, and that's depending on the decal. So I'll work all that out and then I'll come back. Right, that's the next stage done, which is the 6 window masks. Never the easiest to do with them being so big. Hopefully I'll have some scope with the decals if I'm out slightly. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to mask the front splitter, whatever you call it. So there's going to be a tiny little bit of black round here and going up on the other side. It needs that just for a little bit of detail. Right, we're ready to get the first bit of paint on. It took ages to do that, just for a silly black line. So yeah, obviously we're just going to spray this bit black. Fingers crossed it doesn't run. But anyway, let's get that paint on. Right, so that's that done. I do wonder if it's worth it. You guys and girls who do this, just this little bit of detail that you don't have to have. You kind of got to question the time and effort that goes into it to do something like this. Is it worth it? So that's roughly what we got. It'll be worth it when it's done, but anyway, yeah, you get the gist of it. So we'll let that harden. Now, the next issue is, let me dig this decal out. So we've got, we've got to get the masking line. It's obviously two-tone. So it's green back, green wing, and then the rest of it's yellow. And then once those 2 colours are on, we'll back it all in white. Cool. But it has, which is the front. So basically this is the front. Now obviously it's going to go up there. Now what I want to do, and what I did last time, was my masking line, I followed this. So obviously this is going to be in the corner. So I followed the masking line across to there, and then I brought it, I can't remember if it's at an angle or if it's just like horizontal, I can't remember. But what I really should do is probably cut the protective film off around the front window actually fit the full window decal. And there's the other sheet, and probably, well, definitely do the same. This is the other sheet, so it's these two big decals, and this is where your separation colour line is. And what I did last time was I run the line down here and bring it out in the middle of the two ends of the spanner, if that makes sense. So I should really sort of figure out where those two decals are going, cut that section out and put that decal on as well. And then with those, what will it be, 4 decals, I can then mask knowing that it's in the right place, if that makes sense. So I think I'll do that next. Right, so that's it masked. Fingers crossed. I'm struggling with this one today. It's just not, doesn't seem to be going smoothly. It's me, it's not the car, as it were. Just don't know, it just don't feel right. So I've triple checked my lines. So I put the decal on the inside for the side ones, and then I drew it on the outside because it's quite a tricky shape. So I'm hoping there's going to be no paint overlap once the decal's on, but we won't know that. These are not going to match up with the tops, but I'm not overly bothered. I had a closer look at it, and yeah, I'm not overly bothered. Anyway, I'll give it its final clean, and then we'll get the first, well, I'll get the green on, which is Park Green PS21. So yeah, fingers crossed, let's get that green on. Right, so that's the green on. Yeah, lovely colour, exact colour I did last time round. Now again, and I don't know why video does this, this is actually in real life a lighter green than it looks to what you're seeing now. Don't know why the camera does that. Anyway, just going to let that harden. Obviously I've taken the masking off, and the yellow is bog standard PS6 Tamiya yellow, which is a lovely colour, and obviously it's just, I just blast it on now, but it is cold, so the paint's not going on that great. So I've got the can warming up as we speak. So anyway, yeah, let's get the yellow one. Right, that's the yellow one. Again, it's a lot brighter in the flesh than it looks on this camera, which is very strange. But protective film's still on, and obviously the window mask is still on. I need to let it harden a bit longer. And then just quickly from that side. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to have a look at the wing, see if I can do anything with that. Right, that's the paint on. So window mask out, protective film off, and that's what it looks like. Pretty happy about it. A little bit of sanding to do still. There's always stuff to do with my shells. But yeah, you get the gist of it. Again, both colours are way lighter in the flesh than it's showing on that camera. Now, I have just done the wing, and I told you earlier I've made a pig's ear of it. It's got spots of paint missing. So yeah, I'm going to have to do some more work on that. But basically, that's the decals that go on it, that's it. And then obviously that bolts down like that. But I might want to, I'm going to try and maybe put some something on the wing sides. But I'll do that at the very end. So next port of call now is to get the basic car decals on, so that's all the window frames. In fact, we'll just concentrate and get the window frames on first because they're really important, and then I'll come back. Right, latest progress. I've made a complete pig's bottom out of this, I really have. I'm gonna have to order another set of decals, but I'm still finishing it. But my window surrounds are terrible, really bad. Anyway, it is what it is. It's just been one of those times on this project where I just ballsed everything up. Anyway, there's a lot more to go on it yet. So that's sort of all the window surrounds on, and obviously I've mounted the wing. So yeah, now we'll start. Probably just start at the front end. No, I'll tell you what we'll do next. We'll do a separation bit next, just to see if I've ballsed that up as well. Right, that's the sides on. The painting thing was pretty good. I got the green in either end of the spanner, which is awesome. Obviously they don't care, but you get the gist of the other side. So yeah, now I'll concentrate on the full front end because that's probably the majority of the decals, to be fair. Right, just thought I'd come back on because that's starting to look rather tasty. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, look at that for a front end. That's very nice. Right, I'll carry on. Right, I'm happy to report that I'm really enjoying this now. This is just memories again now. Yeah, this is so cool. And it's such a good looking livery. It's absolutely awesome. More to go yet, but it's starting to fill up now. And that just looks so cool. Sorry for moving the tripod. It's never good. But yeah, this is coming alive now. Right, let's bat on. Right, that's the side decals on. So these, that. I've had to go a slight angle, probably because this is off. And I didn't want to lose any of this over the arch. Anyway, should have probably been higher up, but it doesn't really matter. Door handle, little logo, and then these badges at the back. Sorry for the noise. So we're matching on that side. So what I'm just going to do now is the back end, so it's lights and a little grill. And then we're going to be left with some more decals, so I just need to figure out where they're going to go. Right, so I think that's pretty much for decals. I've put a few extras on, just to fill it up in certain places, but I'm trying to stick to kind of what the actual race car looked like. So it's kind of there. Yeah, what I should do is repair all these mistakes I've made, but I'll do that at a later date, because I felt like I've rushed this, which is never good to do. But that looks ace. Right, let's get it on the chassis. Right. And that's her done. I just wish the colours were the same from what I'm seeing in real life to behind this stupid screen, because it's a lot brighter. That green looks really dull on the video, and it's really not. Yeah, that's looking pretty smart. And then from the other side, equally as smart. Yeah, don't forget the shell's just sat on, so it's not fully in the correct positions. I'm kind of pulling it over to fill the arches up. But that's how I'm going to display it, to be honest. Probably will go magnets with it, I would imagine. But yeah, I mean, for display purposes, that just looks absolutely superb. What a thing. And she's done. Is it perfect? Nowhere near. But am I happy? Oh yes, I am. I am being lazy. There's a lot of this with the windows I can redo and fix, and I should really do it on video, but I can't be bothered. Have I rushed this? Yes, I have, and that's never good to do. But I was desperate to get it finished. I've still got to work on the stance of it and stuff like that, because I did mess around with it, the actual chassis as well, to get the wheels where I kind of wanted it, so it was nice and low. But I need to spend a bit of time and do that properly. But I'm absolutely over the moon with it. This is basically what I raced in the 1999-2000 season indoor touring car. This is an Axis. This is a Schumacher SST Axis 2. I had a fully hopped up SST, so not the same chassis. This was a much better one. But visually, this is what I had. And that just makes this car perfect in every sense, because, again, I mentioned it in the first video, I never ever thought about doing a car that I used to have. No, that doesn't make sense. Doing a replica of something I used to have, because it's not really something you'd have in your collection, is it? I suppose, unless you're a massive Ford Mondeo fan. But yeah, Joseph, if you're watching, I honestly can't thank you enough. You made this possible. Again, you've given me a car in my collection that I didn't know I wanted, and now it takes pride and place in there. And as I said in the earlier video, where the camera's facing, that's where I sit when I'm building my cars. So this is going to be in that cabinet down there, and yeah, it's just going to put a huge smile on my face. Absolutely awesome. I mean, God, what are we on? 2023 now. 23, jeez, 23, 24 years ago. This is a car. This is what it looked like, what I was running around with. And it got looks. It definitely got looks. I remember the first day I pulled up to the sports centre and I put this down because I think I had a battered old Alfa Romeo body, or maybe in a Corvette body back then, and it was trash. So obviously I went for a new body. Went for the green instead of the blue box art. I think that was a Days of Thunder thing. I think, not 100% sure. And yeah, I remember putting it down, and I remember some lads were like looking at it and that. Because if you think back then, touring cars, you didn't really put a lot of work into them, detail. You certainly didn't sort of decal them all up like that, because they were getting battered as they were racing round. So the shells were pretty basic. So yeah, when I rocked up with that, it was cool. And the most important bit of it all with this, I won my first ever touring car final. I think it was a C final, and I won it. And I had a picture somewhere. It's probably been set on fire now, I would have guessed. I won't say any more about that. But yeah, that was back in the UK, unfortunately, and it was all three of us, first, second, and third. And I had my Bradford City top on, and this car was there. Not this particular car, but you know what I mean. My little trophy, just so cool. So yeah, and another massive thank you to L&L Models again. Just your body shell is absolute class. It really is. It's just my lack of patience with the decaling that's let it down. But I will put that right. But yeah, I'll probably be getting some more shells off of L&M because, as I said earlier, they do so many different shells. It's incredible. And yeah, I'd like to do a series of shells, just cutting, painting them out, just for the same chassis, but just experiment with lots of different liveries. Will be kind of cool, and L&L are the place to get them from, without a doubt. But yeah, that's for future anyway. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. It's massively appreciated. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs down if you think I'm a dickhead. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn notifications on if you haven't for our weekly videos. That'd be absolutely epic. I'll shut up now. And as always, my friends, happy arseing.